I posted over 250 reels on Instagram until my first one hit 1 million views. And the truth is that most people stop long before that. They post 10 times, maybe 20, and they don't see any traction and they just stop because they assume it's not working. But I didn't stop, and not because I was seeing crazy results, but because I knew that I was developing a skill that was worth building. It started as documentation. When I started, I did not have a clear strategy. I wasn't trying to blow up. I was just trying to document my life, what I was building, what I was learning, my perspectives, and just basically a video journal of my life. I wasn't a business owner yet, and I was just trying to share my process and create something that somewhat represented who I am. Actually, more specifically, who I was becoming. And over time, that small decision ended up becoming a personal brand that became the foundation of everything that I do now, from documentation to business. So that same content eventually ended up letting me quit my 9-to-5 corporate job and make tens of thousands of dollars online only with having 3,000 Instagram followers and 0 viral videos. People think that you need hundreds of thousands of followers to make a substantial amount of money online, but that couldn't be further from the truth. What you need is clarity on your message, on your story, and what type of people do you want to help. I learned to treat content as a creator, not an influencer, and there's a pretty big difference. An influencer in the traditional sense relies on trends, it's a lot of broad content, and typically they rely on other brands to pay them. Creators, on the other hand, and my definition of a creator is somebody who builds a community of trust and they're able to hyper monetize their audience. When you create trust, you create leverage. And leverage lets you funnel your audience that you build into pretty much any business that you start because you've already provided them value, they resonate with you as a person, they like your personality, and that all makes them more likely to buy from you. The invisible growth phase. Honestly, for months, it looked like I was getting nowhere. Views were low, and some months they were even lower than low. Followers barely moved, but behind the scenes, I was actually improving. I was becoming more articulate on camera. I was learning to tell better stories. I was getting faster at editing, better at writing hooks, and basically just everything making the process of delivery better. And slowly, I actually built a small but very loyal audience that was genuinely interested in what I was building. So that's real people with real connections that turned into real sales. This part is invisible to most people because on the outside, when you look into it, you can see somebody and say their followers are not going up, their views are kind of stagnant. But the truth is, it's actually where the foundation is truly built. The breakthrough. One day, one post finally hit. It honestly wasn't even my best post. It wasn't the one that I was expecting to perform crazy. I actually didn't even edit it on my computer. I edited it on the Instagram Edits app. And that video ended up getting 1 million views. And it was actually the first time I've even got over 50,000 views. That video grew my business by 340% in 1 week. So if you ask most people who are running a business if they are willing to spend 1.5 years of no results to see then a 340% result, most people will say yes. But when it comes down to it, the 1.5 years of no results is where most people quit. Everyone on the outside thought it was luck, but the truth is that I had finally figured something that worked and then I ran with it. So it wasn't luck, it was actually momentum that was secretly compounding for months, if not years, behind the scenes. It's kind of like that diagram of the iceberg where you only see the top of it, but you don't see all of the foundation that's underwater. It's similar to that analogy. The truth about the overnight success. People love calling other people an overnight success, but the truth is, most people never are. For me, it was 250 posts in the making. Every post that didn't blow up taught me something. It taught me to keep going. It taught me that it doesn't matter what people think. And this is the part that no one sees. The truth is, you can't skip the reps. You can't expect mastery without volume. You can't get the outcome without consistency. The moral of the story. One post can change your business. It did for me. But if you're doing it right, you don't even need that one post. You can build a profitable personal brand or business with a small but loyal and engaged audience long before the algorithm ever notices you. And most people stop before the momentum kicks in. Don't. Keep showing up. Because the post that will change everything is only possible if you don't quit before it happens. So if you're serious about building a personal brand, I've actually started something called Founder Alchemy. It's basically sharing everything that I've learned about monetizing, building an audience, scaling personal brands, and building businesses online. So if that's something that you're interested in, it's a free newsletter that you can click down below. And if you want to work one-on-one directly with me, and I can help you basically get clarity on your content, your strategy, and exactly help you start a personal brand, that's also going to be linked down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aryan. Bye.